What up, people? What is going on? How are we feeling out there? Aiden, what's going on? Bitty, bitty, bitty coin. Bob, what's up, man? I just be doing like spontaneous lives, guys. So, roughly gonna be at this for about an hour. So, anytime that I have free time, I'm gonna try to go live. So, it's just gonna be randomly. Hence, the name Random Arts. I do a lot of things just randomly. But man, I am loving the chart of Bitcoin. I need to see this weekly though. By the end of this week, I need to see this staying above the previous cycle's all-time high. See if I could draw something. Where's the drawing thing at? Okay. Brush, there you go. All right, well, before I get to the brush part, this is what I want to see for Bitcoin. I want to see this candle on the weekly now. I want to see it stay above this 69. If it stays above the 69, what we may see is maybe potential, consolidation followed by whoop, a nice rip for the breakout. Then next thing you know, we will be seeing Bitcoin. See if I could drag this up higher. We'll be seeing Bitcoin testing the 100K mark. So we definitely want to see this week we stay above 69 by the end of the close of this candle. Kingdom, what's good, man? Take us to the moon, RA. Made 4K on Roaring Kitty, man. Congrats, brother. This is what I like. This is what I like to hear, man. Like, this is what I like to hear. Can we see the chart of Roaring Kitty? Roaring Kitty, here's the chart of it, man. This is, to me, this is still insane as far as just like the opportunity that it gave a lot of us, man. And I just been going like through my DMs, through the comment section, and I'm hearing the same type of story. Like, yo, I made 4K. Somebody end up making their bone bag, They profited out off of Roaring Kitty and they converted over their Roaring Kitty into bone. Now they had 10K. And they said they never thought they were gonna reach the 10K bone mark. So opportunities like this, guys, is definitely what I like to see. And the best part about it too, guys, see, when it comes to trading, and this is how I approach any asset that I go. It's always on the risk side. Because a lot of it, a lot of us made really big, but our downside as far as like what we were risking to make, the 4Ks, the 10Ks, somebody made 20K, 30K. Like these were these were real numbers that a lot of people made. Because I even seen it in my account now. I didn't sell. I probably sold not even. I sold 1/10 of my position because that's how early I was in, and I was able to still cash out because I only invested like close to 400, not even $400 into this. and the amount that I cashed out was like 1,200, and that was like 1/10 of my position that I cashed out of, because I truly believe that this right here, guys, is gonna go to 1 billion market cap, and with the amount that I have, with the amount that I have, like, I'm considered a whale in this project. So yeah. But back to what I was saying, it all matters when it comes to like risk reward. That's the biggest thing, guys. Anytime that I look to invest into any asset, and that's why like certain assets that I even get into, if I don't find like the risk reward not beneficial to you guys, I won't even present it. Because I'm telling you, like, I invest in a lot of different cryptos that I do make, some I lose on, but if the risk reward is not like A1, then I won't even mention on the channel. Because despite if I say, hey, not financial advice, you degens, y'all still go to ape. So, but the risk reward for this, it was, like I mentioned, it was just like A1. Um, and it was from this initial pop right here. Not even this pop right here. It was from like when it was right here. Because again, at that point in time, I believe the market cap, the market cap was like at 20K, 20,000. You invest 20, 30, 40, 100, $200 on a 20K market cap project with the overall sector, because that's what it was, a sector play. All the other roaring kitties were just going crazy. So this one was going to go crazy regardless. And plus it was the oldest and nobody was buying it, and that's what I saw. Like, it was just a golden opportunity. And eventually once the word started going around and they started checking it, they're like, yo, this thing really do have a lot of potential. And hence we saw this nice, crazy rip, guys. So when it's all said and done, I believe the numbers was like 4,800%. I didn't get in on these initial buys right here, because at that point in time it was at like in the 5 zeros. So 506251 is when it really popped. It started to pop. So for anyone who would have gotten it there, they could have literally have put like $5 into it and could have cashed out like, $10,000-$15,000. But I didn't catch it on that one. But yeah, like the risk reward was, stupidly crazy. And even now, when we look at the market cap is still 660,000. The market cap of this is extremely low, because if you take a look at as far as like most projects that before you really start to see like huge buy-ins, it really starts to happen after like the 10 million mark. A lot of people tend, especially for meme buyers, they like to buy in anything sub 10 million market cap, just to be able to get a nice gain, nice reward. So at 66,000 market cap, plus it's currently in a consolidation. At least it just started the consolidation, again. And people get scared based upon these dumps. Like, you got to realize, if people are up, they're going to take profit. Like, if something is going straight up, that means people are making a lot of money. The people who got in early, the people who got in during the consolidation period, they're going to look to profit. So I like, after a big run up, I like to see this happen, because it's healthy for a chart. Because now the people that was on the sideline, they were like, okay, the top looks like the top is in. Where's the levels at on these charts? And these how you guys are supposed to just start thinking as traders. Like, where are the levels at on these? Where's support at? So based upon support now, where can I buy to be able to have a comfortable risk reward? So currently right now, you have support right here in the 0.305268, because that's support. Notice how I try to dump right here. Let me zoom in on it. It tried to dump right here on this candle, but quickly it was bought up. the dip was brought up. So just affirming that, okay, this right here is a pretty good support. Now, if you want to, give it more time just for it to run a little bit, you could technically say, hey, I'll put my risk right here. Meaning, if it falls below here, if I'm day trading, this is for like, I had to specify, let me specify this. This is for day trading. Like, if this falls below this right here, then absolutely I got to cut my loss and wait for another opportunity to be able to get in. If you're day trading. Like for me, all of this, I'm holding long. I got in so early where, you know, it dumping like this, it doesn't phase me. I mean, granted, I was up a lot, not about a lot, close to six figures at one point. But seeing this dump, I knew it was gonna come. It's gonna be dumps, gonna have consolidation, then followed by once it pops again, and this is when we're gonna really see the next run up. Once we break all-time highs right here. Once we break all-time highs, that's like one of my favorite patterns just to be able to see in the stock market, in the crypto market, anything that's dealing with charts. Anytime that I see like a breakout that's happening, you could at least you could see like big parabolic move on the way up. Let me pull up Pepe because this is what Pepe is doing right here. And funny enough, before Pepe had his big run up the last time, I caught it during the live, and I even caught it. I want to say I caught it during my last live. And Pepe's like it plays through the. Let me get it pulled up. Let me get my level straight on this. Like right now, if somebody wanted to day trade Pepe, as long as the market is good, you could literally buy Pepe where you're at right now, and your risk should be, if you want to do tight risk, because it all depends like the capital amount that you're putting. If you're just putting like a small amount, then you could put your risk to be a lot wider. But if you're putting like heavy money into it, then you best believe you need to put your wrist a little tighter. So you could put a wrist like, hey, if it cracks below this level right here, I got to get out. But truly just to be able to let it play out, it's this line right here. Because that's the previous top. It tried to break past it, couldn't do it, came back down, and now boom, it's having a nice surge. So Pepe at the minimum is going to go to 0.402 at the minimum. It could still run, and being the fact that the market is having a nice rebound, especially on Bitcoin, it could run even further. And this is just strictly a good technical breakout play. Let me look into some comments. I've been going on a little bit long. Made 16. Jeesh. Made 16K. Yo, that's what's up, brother. Can we see the chart? Read that one. Let's hear that roar. Hello. I need that $100 bone. 100%, man. Like bone. And I said I was going to make a video just explaining like just different plays. Because bone from the get-go gave you guys, the timeline of how everything would play out for it, and so far it's holding to form. So it's a utility play, and that was the whole thesis behind it. Utility. The way that it's going to go to $100, utility. The utility is Shibarium, not only just Shibarium, but also having all these different pairings. So as long as that happened, and I think the team is really doing a really good job as far as like keeping everything at the hip, as well as getting projects, talking about good projects getting integrated into Shibarium. So that's why I'm super excited about the ETH conference that's happening in August. So hopefully, guys, we get to see like a lot more projects getting onto it. And if that starts to happen, then we're going to be able to see a nice run up on Bone. So in the timeline, like I mentioned, it is starting to creep up because Bitcoin is acting abnormal from previous cycles. It's going to speed up the timeline for a lot of these plays to happen a lot sooner versus later. So I'm happy about that. What's the real contract address for Rowan Kitty? Um, it's the one, and I'll put it in the chat as well too. It's the one ending in 790F. I'm gonna pin it in the comment here. Roaring. My bad, guys. I'm over here typing with one finger. Yeah, I got like 4 monitors that I'm looking at right now, so bear with me. Yo, it don't want me to pin it. All right, I just pinned it. So that's the contract address right there, the real one. Yeah, because there's a lot of different variants out there for Roaring Kitty. Uh, all right, let's see where I left off at. Oh, appreciate that, Aiden. Looks like Aiden had put that 215 for Bone. No, absolutely. What do you think about the future run with Kitty? Um, I think, like I mentioned, just the consolidation part. Um, more consolidate, and since the it looks like the market cap just went up. Um, the more and more this becomes visible, because even I talked to a big YouTuber. He actually jumped into Roaring Kitty as well, and one of his regrets was he didn't get in. He didn't get it in more. He has over 100,000 sub. Since he never disclosed it out loud, I'm not gonna disclose it. So, but yeah, it's he's a big YouTuber within the Shib ecosystem. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, and he said he will stop by into the Telegram. So if you guys are not in the Telegram, you should definitely stop by as well too. I think Pepe is this cycle Shib. Well, Pepe already hit. You know, Pepe already hit like the numbers that Shib already done. If you're talking about like Pepe going to like 40 billion or something like that, yeah, I think so. Because it's so early for it. Like 5 billion. And this is how I look at it too. So when people, I know somebody got mad at me because I didn't talk about like whiff or something like that. And the way that I'm looking at it, there's so many coins that's out there that you could make really good money. But if I'm looking to invest just a few $100, and this is how I'm looking at it, just a few $100, not even 1,000. I could put 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 to a project, but to me at that point, I feel like I am overexposing myself. So I'm looking for gems in the sense of where can I put my 200, 300, $500 and try to turn this into 10, 20, 30, 40,000, or even more. So in order for like for me, because if Pepe, let's say if it does get to a 40 billion market cap, which would be phenomenal, but my $200, I mean, how much would that be? What? Can't do math right now. So like 200 times what? Times 8? Like I'm looking for more. At least that's how I look at it. I'm looking for a lot more. Now, if you're gonna slap, 10,000, 20,000 into it, it gets to 40 $1 billion market cap, yeah, that's a pretty nice gain. So and this is why I always tell people, like, you gotta pick your battle. So if it's an asset that you are gonna go big on, then absolutely, yeah. So Pepe, and this is why, like, I haven't really gotten into. I mean, I had Pepe before in the 6 zeros, um, but I ended up selling because of that whole dump joint, and I never got back in. Which, it happens. Sometimes FUD do get to you. Roaring going to be this cycle Shib. I definitely believe it can, especially with the community and how everything is growing. Because the Telegram in itself, it just grew, um, just like 100%. I mean, granted, it was like, uh, well, no, never mind. The Telegram was zero, so I'm talking about the holder count is doubled. Went from 200 holders to like 400 holders, um, in a matter of a week or something like that. Yep. Roaring Kitty did just turned 600 days old. And that's the crazy thing about it. Like, a developer built it and just left it. Liquidity was locked, so it just money just sitting there. And nothing happened. OG, what's going on, my G? Um, we ape, we apes out here, 100%. Community can donate to get listings. That would be pretty cool. What community was doing that? And I think they had a pretty good. Anybody know the community that had like the community wallet, and they just started? I talked about it, but I forgot what community was that. I thought that was pretty cool. Thanks, Random March, for the roaring play. I had 20x, did not cash in. I'm at 6x now and holding strong. That gives me sheep by 100%, brother. 100%. Look, I mean, I cashed out. I'm not cashed out, but I took 1/10 out of my position once I hit 100K, like 100K mark, 100x mark. Hey, I can't even speak. Once I saw that I was up 100x from my initial position, I just took 1/8 out, and I was able to get my initial out and then some, and the rest I'm just gonna let it ride. And I actually end up rebuying on this dip as well too. So I bought it yesterday. I rebought on the dip. So I actually I still now have my original, well, more than my original position, um with more profits as well too. So sometimes, especially, like, it's very, very important, and this is help like, this is what help you guys get patient, let a play really work out, like, let it do its thing. Because if you take profits, if you don't take profit, you're gonna be regretting it. I mean, sometimes you may be like, man, I ain't take enough, but if you don't take profits on these big run ups, guys, you gotta take profits. You gotta pay yourself. Because once you do that, then you're able to be. Oh, appreciate that, brother, for subscribing to the channel. But once you do take profits, now you're gonna be able to at least have a little bit level headedness to be able to assess it. You know, because had I not taken anything off, I would have been like, oh my god, like, is it gonna ever come back? Blah blah blah. Just stressing out. But cashed out Pepe. Cashed out Pepe. You really did that. You cashed out Pepe. Man, Pepe right now, guys. I'm liking the chart. It's having a nice technical breakout. A nice technical breakout. So it's gonna keep going, in my opinion. Unless, if we don't, if Thursday come and they be like, nope, we denied the ETF or something like that, they could shake the market a little bit, and Pepe is not gonna be any exception to the rule. Um, that's the only thing. Is Roaring Kitty on ETH or Solana? It's on ETH. Thoughts on Rain from Participate AI? I like them. I like them. And for a while, I wanted to buy them. I didn't because I was just like so sick of the Ethereum gas fees. Um, but ever since the Cancun upgrade, the fees they gotten a lot better. Especially if you guys are using Trust Wallet. Well, that's one thing that I've been noticing. On Trust Wallet, it's easier to swipe. Not only is it easier to swipe, you could also, let's say, if you wanted to cash out instead of just cashing out in ETH, and you wanted to get into Bone or Pepe or whatever token that you wanted to, you could do that because they gave me the option to cash out in Bone, but I just chose ETH because I wanted to buy some other options as well too. I bought some other crypto. But yeah, no, I like Rain. And right now, look, see, and again, guys, it's the same type of pattern that you're gonna see in this crypto market. You get a big parabolic move. You don't touch it when it's going down. You let consolidation happen, and once consolidation is over and it start creeping up, it's gonna go try to test all-time highs. It breaks all-time high, then you get another run up. Pepe, Shib, same example. Let's look at Pepe since that's the one that was brought up. Look, you just identify where the top is at. Once you, oops, I got it on the 2 hours. No wonder. Let's do the weekly. So you notice the top was set. Draw your lines right there. Breakout. It passed the breakout. You get this big parabolic run. Then after people who were, bought here during these consolidation, they're the one who's dumping right here, causing the chart to go down. If you're chasing on this way, then you're going to have to sit it out until either you DCA in, cut your loss, wait for consolidation. Then after that happen, wait till the next time, if you're buying in here, you're going to be the next, once this start having this next parabolic move up, you're going to be the people that's going to be selling. Can Bone hit $500? If we get a whole bunch of people onto Shibarium, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, it's just going to be a numbers game. How much of the supply is locked away versus how much volume are we seeing on a daily base? And I could say if we could see volumes like Shib, like in the hundreds of million, based upon how much is already locked away. Let me find the Shibarium statistics so that way you can see how much is currently locked away. All right, there you go. And I'm surprised he don't have much followers, man. That's crazy for the bot. So right now, we're looking at a circulating supply of what we at? 178 million. If we get this down, sub 100 million, yeah, absolutely can see 500. But it always comes with the caveat of, okay, we need to see volume as well too. Because having a low supply does not mean anything if volume is not accompanying it. It could peter. Also notice Sheeb Rock have fallen a bit and not many sales. How long will it take? remember with the Shib, it was with the purpose of integration on Shibarium, because once the bull market come, people start getting onto Shibarium. The first thing that they're going to be looking for, or first two things, is going to be tokens as well as OG NFTs. That's what we see like on every chain. Um, you know, BRC20, they did the same thing. Solana, um, Ethereum. So Shibarium is no exception. So once people start coming into the chain, then that's going to be the demand. That's going to be the buyers. So without that, then there's not going to be any demand. Have you heard the newest Binance listing rumor for Bone? I saw that, and I even contacted somebody on the team about that. They told me not to ask, so I don't know how to take that. And I wasn't even, and I didn't even ask like, was Bone being listed onto Binance? I asked, was an application submitted? And they were like, they can't release any information. Which, when I heard that, I was like, well, that actually might be good news. So I don't know. So hopefully, fingers crossed. All we need is time holders on Kitty. If we could push it out, yes, just like you said, visibility. Yep, 100%. What are the rumors? What are your thoughts on Revolt to earn on Polygon? This is the first time I'm hearing about it. I don't know what that is. Let's take a look at Revolt. Oh, Revolt to earn. Okay. What is it about? CodeDAO's first ecosystem token. Been on Polygon Network. So, by the looks of this looks like a utility type of token. So yeah, utility. Chart wise, like most people don't like charts like this. If there's stuff that's being built for it, and again, I'm this first time looking at this. If there's stuff that's currently being built for it, then buying this, because again, it goes, like I mentioned, it goes back to risk reward. Like you could literally put $50 into it, and if there's stuff that's happening in the pipeline, your $50, it gets to all time high. It could be worth a few $1,000s. Like that's, I'm. This is like drinking money for some people. Like $50 is, it's like I'm taking this to the weekend instead of going to the weekend this week. I'm gonna buy a crypto to possibly, 10, 20, 100 exit. So that's my thought behind it. Again, I don't know much about them and what they're doing. So Binance of eyeing Bone after his announcement, onboarding smaller project with good team. I was actually gonna do I started doing filling out the paperwork for Roaring Kitty for Binance. But then when they were talking about NDA, then signing, and that's when I was like, yeah, let me just stop there. Do you know anything about Oscar Killer? Nah, that's the first time I'm hearing about it. Let's take a look. Oscar Killer. Like Oscar the Grouch. Oscar Killer. See, Toad Killer, Doge Killer. Oh, there it is. Oscar Killer. Oh, that's on Shibarium? Okay. Shibarium Play. Oh, nice. Nice chart. I likes. Similar pattern. Breakout. pull back as long as it stays above 0.103456, then yeah, we could see a nice little rip for this. The Oscar killer. Been following you since last year and always look forward watching your video, man. Keep it up. I appreciate that, JD. Should we stay away from Dogeverse? I don't know nothing about Dogeverse. Dogeverse. I mean, the first thing I always look at, like, can I make money? Am I going to be able to make money off of this? Like, I really don't have. There's, some cryptos that I'm ultra bullish on, which is Bone. And I just feel like this is, to me, is just like a layup in a sense. But there's other cryptos that I just get in and it just strictly for, hey, am I going to be able to flip this in a matter of weeks to the next couple of months? So it looks like it just launched or something? Or is this not the right one? Dogeverse. 14 days ago? Or is it this one 27 days ago? Yo, this thing is just going up. Like no sales? Oh, it's already at a 1 billion market cap. 1.14 billion. I mean, this is how you gotta assess it, It gotta get to 2 billion market cap in order for you to double up your bag. Like charts like this scares me, I ain't gonna lie. Like anytime I see a chart that is just with minimal pullback, it just gives it's straight red flags. Because you mean to tell me the people who got into it over here that may be already millionaires are not cashing out to be, realized millionaires? Because at the end it's all unrealized gains. So seeing a chart like this, it just screamed in my ear like red flag, red flag. Because you're seeing minimal sales. I could be wrong, but I like to see like pullbacks. Let me know that we actually have some degens in there that's taking profits. When does meme/alt season start? It feels like they get their time now, but I thought the run up started Q4. The meme or alt season, you're gonna have like windows and pockets, And what we've seen as of lately too, a lot of stuff that happened previously in past cycles, they may not happen, down to the T. Because we saw a nice rally for memes, which is, their altcoins right before the halving, this cycle's halving. Now we're seeing a nice big run up, on Pepe right before right after the halving. So people are starting to adopt. So it's pretty hard to say, but typically though, if we're talking about this based upon like past halvings, it happens once Bitcoin tops out. So once Bitcoin goes up and makes its top, and that's probably the signal that, okay, now we're going into alt season. Because keep in mind, the alts, they will still follow Bitcoin during this rally, but when Bitcoin is going down, the alts are still going up. So we gotta wait till Bitcoin break out from its all-time highs or the past halvings all-time high and continue to just go parabolic. Then once after it stops out, then typically that signals okay, this is alt season where you're gonna start to see just crazy news about, somebody putting in a penny and they turned that penny into $1 million or something like that. So Roaring Kitty, don't miss out. If you look at Andy, the community had a donation wallet. They ended up with like 600K to pay for listing. Perhaps something like that can be done for Roar. Now for Andy, and that's a token that I was actually looking into. Because don't they have one? They have one on Solana. Then they have an OG one on Ethereum. So this one 2 months ago. And this one, yeah, this is the one that someone was telling me about right here. This one was created over a year ago. Is that the same contract? Oh, so you got two of them that was created a year ago. You got 47BB, 69. See if there's any older ones. Nope. So it's between these two. Let me see which one's older. Because I wanted to just slap a. So that one was created in when? How's the liquidity? Let me go to Dex Screener instead. Dex Screener. I like looking at the Dex Screener for certain stuff, especially like when it comes to LP. Just trying to figure out if it's locked or not, because they just have this feature. It's locked 100%. So yeah, so LP is burnt for this. So we're looking at April 25th for this one. Because if the other Andy that's on Solana starts to have a big parabolic move, you're gonna see the same type of pattern, even for the original Pepe. I don't know if you guys watched the video, my very first video that I made about Roaring Kitty, and how like just the how that pattern just been working. Uh, Pepe went parabolic, but the original Pepe that was on ETH chain that followed along. See if I can just pull that one up, show you guys. I think it's like Pepe Coin or something like that. Yeah, this is it right here. So this was like the very first one. And look at the charts of it. This is the type of pattern that you want to see. Like if you zoom all the way out, this thing was at like 2 cents. Then Pepe went parabolic. Then people went to the original one, the oldest one that was on the blockchain. And boom, 2 cents. Right now it's at what, $5 at the height. It was at $7.62. At 2 cents, you're $500. How much that would have been? You would invest $500. Let me see. Let me get my math, my calculator out. I know I'm buying on questions. Hold on. So $200 at 2 cents. You're looking at 10,000 tokens. At five, that's $51,000. That's and this is the type of plays that I'm looking to get into, where I can say, hey, I just flipped my $200 to 50,000, and the smart move, whoever's still holding on to this, because we are in a bull cycle, it more likely is going to go a lot further, because Pepe is going to go a lot further. So Pepe reached a $40 billion market cap. The OG Pepe, that's gonna probably hit a few billion. Currently, right now, market cap is at 690 million. It might even hit 10 million. So, I'm sorry, 10 billion. So this is why, like, the Andy play kind of intrigued me a little bit. But I gotta find out which one is like the original though. So this one, April 25th. See when the other one came out. Andy. And just to confirm, the Andy that's going crazy is the one. This is the one that's on the Sol network, right, or no? Oh, this is actually Ethereum now, all right? Yeah, which Andy is going parabolic? I need to know that. Thought there was one on the Sol network. That have like a strong community. And this is why to me, Solana is starting to become like a godsend, because it's the whole battle between Solana and Ethereum. Solana and Ethereum. If a token that's on Solana and it goes parabolic, but there was also an original token that was on Ethereum, like, it's giving you practically a free look. Even like, let me see if there's a Ponky on Ethereum, because this Ponky 4 months ago, if there was one like on Ethereum like over a year ago or something like that, then that would have been like ideal. Let me look at some of the comments. If you look at Andy, the community, I already read that one. Crowwit. Oh, Crowwit Knife. That was the one. Yeah. Crowwit Knife was the one that did this. Or is, oh, there it is right here. And even we're starting to see people move on to Chronos chain as well too, for memes. So, and the crazy thing about this, I predicted this way back in 2023, right around July, when I was talking about BRC20 tokens. And I was trying to get everybody like, hey, BRC20, that's going to be the next one. That's going to be the next big thing. And like, anytime I make videos that's outside of like Shib or Bone or anything like that, I get no views. And it's funny, like, on the very first video that I talked about BRC20, guys, um, I probably got like 100 views. At even if it, I don't even think it was that. And the one that I was like saying like, hey, it's the first mover, was Ordi. At the time, Ordi was around like $3, like $3. Ordi was around $3, and I was like, yo, people are gonna start moving onto the chain. Then by the time from July, nothing happened. Going all the way into like November, December, then you seen Ordi just pop up. And a lot of these, I'm still up like 30x, guys. And I still haven't even sold anything. Like up 30, 40x on some. So yeah, like right around here, guys. Well, this is when it was first listed on what you call it, but on CoinMarketCap. But before then, I was like, yo, I need to get you some Ordi, get you some Ordi. Not in those terms because I don't get financial advice, of course, but you get what I mean. But out of nowhere, pop, boom, it got all the way to 90. And even with my holdings, I'm still, it's like a 10x ish or over 10x now from 3 to 40, $43. Same thing with Sats. I was talking about it, and normally like when I don't see like as far as like engagement within the community as far as with my channel, I don't really just go back because if you're not interested in it, then it's like what's the point of just talking about it, you know? So same thing with this thing I got in. That's the one that's listed on Binance. Let me. There we go. I want to say for this one, got in at like. Let's see. I know this one's at least a 20x as well too, and I'm still holding on to it because the whole plan was to go into the bull cycle because I bought all of these during the bear cycle. Go into the bull cycle trying to get maximum amount of gain. So even though 30, 40x is definitely tempting, but knowing how like the cycles typically play out is best. I just hold on to everything. There's few things that I sold, like there's few assets that I got into that I'm selling because I want to maximize my gains. We 100 King Kingdom Talk said we need to get Roaring Kitty on Shibarium. Guys, I've been working on that nonstop. Talking to different developers, um, trying to see, hey, like, can you guys make it happen? Developers that I know, some developers on Shibarium. I even talked to Shaitoshi. Um, yeah, that's the plan. I really want to see it on Shibarium because one thing that I could see happening, especially for Roaring Kitty, when this thing blow up, not only will it, I just don't want it just to blow up. It's like, oh, it's only on ETH. I want it to blow up, but it's also on Shibarium because now we're gonna be able to see, people might be able to come onto Shibarium even more. Like, oh my God, this asset blew up and it's on Shibarium. They're like, oh, it makes sense, Shiba Inu, the whole narrative, and I can see just like the headlines popping up, like, oh, Shiba Inu's chain, it has very popular memes, or memes get on there and it just start to explode, and it could make like a triggering effect as far as on these other tokens that's on Shibarium as well too. And that's the whole aspect of how I was looking at it. Windbone Binance soon. Cross fingers. Love your vids. Thanks for all the work. No, not a problem. Win Lambo. Hopefully next year. Hopefully next year. Buy high, sell low. That's a lot of people in this market. They buy high, they sell low. Crow with the knife, pump and dump. See, the thing is, people don't really understand what a pump and dump is. Like, people just use words. Like, when it comes to pump and dump, like when something is a pump and dump, that came from, the stock market, where you would have promoters promoting stocks, getting the stock to just go up, and a part of them promoting, they get shares of the company, and they'll get it all the way up. They have like massive, I mean, they done away with it, but really back in like 2012 all the way to like 2017, 2018. That was the time where there was a lot of pump and dumps, especially in the stock market. But yeah, they'll create a big following, and they'll get like insiders. They'll issue out shares to the promoters. The promoters get it. Then you see the big spike on it, then followed by the insiders selling onto it. That's a pump and dump. What we tend to see as far as like in crypto, those are just corrections. If Unless if the team is issuing out tokens to influencers like paid marketers or something like that, then yes, then that is a pump and dump. They were gonna essentially pump it up to be able to dump it on you. A lot of this stuff is just like people FOMOing in and just getting straight wrecked. Tuna memes gonna go before bull run. Tuna? What is that? Sheesh, Pepe is going, man. It is going. Tona. Then they all fly. So to clarify, basically, True Bull Run would kick off as soon as Bitcoin breaks its all-time highs. Yes, I mean at least that's how I classify it, because if you just look back from previous cycles. Ooh, I'm over here drawing up something. How can I? Okay, I'm just gonna remove some of this stuff, and I'll show you guys why I think how I classify it. Oh, this doesn't have doesn't have the full chart of it, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, normally after all time highs is breach, and that's when you see the big parabolic move. Let's see. I'm just looking for the Bitcoin. Looks like it may not be on here. Yeah, it may not be on here. Yep. You see life changing money, take it. Thoughts on Teddy Bear on Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain. How is it how's the community on Pulse Chain? Oh, Teddy. Is there any plans as far as bringing people onto the chain? I mean, it looks like 24 million market cap. I think it's solid in the sense of at least how the TA is set up. try to break out, couldn't do it. Tried it again, couldn't do it. So it's like over and under during this breakout area. But it is consolidating. I'll probably make a decision based upon this. Like, especially if I'm looking at it now, try to take a stab at it. Buy it here. It breaks this trend line. I'm getting out. It gets above the trend line, get back in. I try to keep it as simple as possible. So that's, at least that's how I would evaluate it. Pulse chain is strong. That's another crypto that I've had on my watch list. Pulse. Just to take a stab at it. Sorry guys, I'm over here typing with one hand. Is the crypto Pulse X? I know they have like multiple ones. Yep. I look at something like this and be like, yeah, I would definitely just get in just to take a stab at it. Because like I mentioned, at the end of the day, I'm risking so little to be able to make a lot. So, oh, Pulse X is the Dex. Okay. So then which one is the token for it then? What's the ticker for that? Like the gas token that's on the chain. Still need to find the other Andy. Andy. There's Andy on base. It would be like one of those things. I just like, I'll just buy both of them, just see what it do. Which one am I looking at? 6956. $47BB. What's this one's about? See this one. Market cap of 196,000. Start date for this one, April 17th. So it was like they started roughly right around the same time. So PLS. All right, let's take a look at PLS. So PLS is the gas token, and only 10% is out. Yeah, man, like it's like this thing is down 80%. Like if you're getting in right now, you have the best risk reward possible. Granted, there's going to be a lot of people looking to probably break even if they're disgruntled, don't believe in the project. But yeah, like you're literally buying at the floor. So meaning you don't even have to put up big capital to be able to get a nice gain on it. You could buy Roaring Kitty on Uniswap. I uh I got the contract address in the pin in the comment. But yeah, it's the Ethereum chain one. Cause there's a lot. So if you don't, you make sure you do get the contract address. But if you don't get the contract address, because I seen somebody they traded in their leash and they end up buying the wrong one. Look, we just flipped the other one right here. Somebody created liquidity for us. But I don't know if you guys saw this. With Donald Trump accepting Shib, guys. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I don't know what that is. What that is USDC. I don't know what that is. Doge. Don't know what that is. As well as Shib. Oh, is it Cardano? Is that what it's supposed to be? Cardano? And the other thing too that I don't think a lot of people are aware when it comes to Pepe, Pepe's supply is a lot lower than Sheeb's. Like if you go to its supply, circulating supply, it's 413 trillion. Sheeb circulating supply is like 500 and like 580 or something like that. Yeah, 589. So the supply is a lot bigger for Sheeb. So Pepe would have to go like a lot higher in terms of price to be able to flip Sheeb in terms of market cap. But the same thing goes for Sheeb as well too. Once and this is why like for me, I love the fact that this whole bear market, Shiba Inu, it's just been like in one big consolidation and it just creating new floors for it. Because once Shiba Inu breaks past its all-time highs, you're gonna see the same type of explosion that you're seeing right now in Pepe. Like this right here, to me, that this is like the most sexiest thing I could see on a chart. Like a big run up followed by a big dump, then straight consolidation. For it literally consolidated, guys, since 2022. So for 2 years, 2 years straight consolidation, and followed by a nice breakout from consolidation, let you know which direction that it wants to head. Now, I had it broken down. Now you know, okay, it's bearish, but no, it had a pop. So it broke this consolidation, then followed by, people are gonna sell out. Of course, people who are holding here, who got in here, they want to get out break even. All of these are just considered resistance area. So the people who bought in here, they're taking a smaller loss. People who got in here, break even. So technically a lot of this headway, because of how long it took for the consolidation, these resistance area is not going to be as strong as if it tried to do it, back in 2022. Immediately this thing would have just got slapped down. But the fact that we had all this time just to consolidate, because some people, they just like, forget it, sheep suck, let me get out, boom, sell for, I bought high, I'm selling low, just to later see like, hey, what you should have been doing is just DCAing in. And now, if you wanted to get out, you could get out. But yeah, once Shiba Inu pops its all-time highs, it's gonna be go time. It's gonna be go time. Yo, these dang bots, man. Just gonna wait and see, does it create a higher low? But guys, it's been an hour. Really appreciate you guys coming in, talking crypto with me. But your boy is about to go. So Random Arts guys signing off. Hopefully you guys are safe out there. Definitely try to do some good investing, guys. So that way, you're able to change whatever situation that you guys have that you're looking to change, or things that you guys want to buy, toys, house, legacy. Definitely in crypto, guys. I feel like we're probably in the last leg of real easy money in this cycle, in the crypto market. Because once regulators start getting in, it is going to be a little bit harder, but not going to be impossible. But as far as just like easy money, yeah. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you today. Random Mart signing off. Peace.